What's up, guys? Welcome to Last Week with Deke, episode 4 coming at you. Hope you all survived St. Patrick's Day. I kind of did, not really. Very impressive. I am awake on a Monday. I am working, if you call this work. Let's get into it.
All right, first thing I want to get to this week is the fact that yours and my bracket are shattered. Shout out to University of Maryland, BC. Don't act like you knew who they were before, because you didn't, but they are officially the first 16 seed to ever beat a 1 seed in the men's side of the bracket. If you would remember, the Harvard women's team did do it a few years back, but the men's obviously has a little bit more revenue and things to it, so it's a little bigger of a story, especially when UVA, University of Virginia, was most people's pick to win the entire thing. Don't worry though, Duke is still alive, and as I said a couple videos ago, that's who I picked, and I could win $10. Wish me luck. Next thing I want to talk about is something that actually gets me pretty excited. It's the fact that Manchester United is about to have a massive fire sale. For many that might or might not know, I'm a Manchester United fan, and it's the only soccer team that is worthy of being on Thoughts from the Bench, as my producer has a Liverpool scarf conveniently placed next to me during shooting.
Here's Steven Gerrard. Great effort! What a wonderful goal by Gerrard!
Anyways, after the pretty upsetting loss to Sevilla, Manchester United manager Jose Mourinho said that he was going to sell up to 10 players. Now, sell 10 players maybe not, because we have Carrick with retirement, a couple people moving on to the end of their contract. Zlatan Ibrahimovic for one and Daley Blind for another. Names that could be traded though: Luke Shaw, Matic, Chris Smalling, even De Gea if the price is right, despite him being the best goalie on the planet. Look for a brand new Manchester United team coming up next season, and I'm excited. Leave this here. I will walk alone.
Hey, Ric Flair!
Massive news in the NFL as the draft comes up. The New York Jets give their 6th pick and 2 other picks in the top 50 to the Indianapolis Colts for their 3rd pick. Now you have to assume here the Jets are going for a quarterback despite signing Teddy Bridgewater from the Vikings, which is big news for the Jets, because them, like a couple other franchises, don't really trade up or trade down when it comes to the draft. The Jets have a solid team. They won 6 more games last year than anyone expected, and a pretty young defense. If they go up and actually get a quarterback, the one that they want, I think they could be a pretty decent team. The other thing you have to think about though is they say they don't have a preference between which quarterback falls. If that were the case, you're not giving up 3 picks in the top 50 to move up 3 spots when there are 4 good quarterbacks available. I still think Baker Mayfield's the best choice for them, but I think they're going after someone a little bit higher.
Although this is Last Week with Deke, some news came out on Monday of this week, and that is that Tyronn Lue, coach of the Cavs, is going to take a leave of absence. He's had a lot of chest pains, and as you see from time and time again, NBA coaching is one of the toughest positions in sports, mainly because of roster moves, player egos, and just the sport itself. So with Ty Lue out, they will have some interim coaching, but really, is that team going to be any different if LeBron's there? Some other notable NBA news. Anthony Davis's coach down in New Orleans pretty much screamed and got fined because he was getting no fouls. Due to metrics, you can easily see that DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis are the 2 most fouled players in the NBA this season. Should he be fouled probably 12 times a game? Yes. Is he getting 8 a game? Yes. Suck it up. It's the NBA. Third thing I do want to talk about is that the Warriors have no Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, or Kevin Durant, as they are all hurt. I'm not saying they don't have injuries, but what I am saying is winning 73 games a few years ago and losing the NBA championship, I think taught that young team something, which is the regular season doesn't matter. Let Houston get the 1 seed. Let the Raptors get the 1 seed in the East. We know where it's going. There's going to be some variation of Cleveland Celtics in the East and some variation of Houston Golden State. All I'm saying is, might not be as hurt as they say they are. So for what seems like probably the 4th straight episode I've talked about him, Tiger Woods wore red on Sunday, and it pretty much overshadowed the Michigan game for me in the March Madness. The thing was, he shanked a driver on 16 and decided he didn't commit to it, but he was there 1 stroke behind on Sunday again. I will say shout out to Rory, who actually had his first win since 2016. If you don't know about this tournament, this is the Arnold Palmer Invitational. The last tournament that Rory won was the tournament right after Arnold Palmer passed. Pretty touching for Rory McIlroy, who was and still is one of the most dominant athletes the PGA has right now. Sadly, though, I think that overshadowed his win is the fact that Tiger Woods now has the best odds to win the Masters this year. Probably Vegas just putting the veil over our eyes and making us turn all the money into Tiger Woods winning. But I got a little hope left. Sweet guys, so that was everything from last week in sports. If you are getting tired of Tiger Woods wearing red and me talking about it, suck it up. If your bracket is busted and you don't know what to do, cry about it. And don't tell me Manchester United is not winning the Champions League sometime in the next 2 years, because they are, and I will cry about it if they don't. Thanks, guys. Please check out everything else on Thoughts from the Bench coming up, the wrestling videos, the 2 podcasts we have. Rate, review, subscribe, like, share, yell, scream, give us your thoughts, give us your takes. We want to argue with you. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.